All right. Well, I'm glad you're joining me today because I am really pretty riled up about how we teach children their math facts. I don't know what we've been thinking, but as I've been redoing the video instructions for our rapid recall program that teaches children math facts in just minutes a day, where they see, hear, say, and write all these math facts very quickly, and all the information is going in versus coming out. It made me think about how archaic we are doing our math facts these days. I had a teacher that had taught for 18 years. She tried the rapid recall in her class, and she said never in her 18 years of teaching had she seen first graders asking for more math. They wanted math homework and they were excited about taking math tests. Even her low students were doing well with the rapid recall system. Well, I started thinking, now how do we teach math facts? And it made me think of a story that I heard years ago where something was just perpetuated uh, generation after generation. And that is a family that cut the end off of their ham. Every Christmas, they would cut the end off the ham and then they would put it in the pot and they would cook it. So one Christmas, one of the kids said, "Why do we cut the end off of the ham?" And they got to thinking, "I don't know. Let's call grandma and see why." So they called grandma, why do we cut the end off of the ham?" And she said, "I don't know why y'all are cutting the end off of the ham. I cut it off because it didn't fit in the pan." So sometimes we can just be perpetuating things that are not good just because that's the way we've always done it. So let me give you an example. We have these flashcards, right? And they must be magic because as soon as you hold up this card, you want something to come out of their brain. Well, if it's not in there good, it's not going to come out good. So we have to try something different. But we've done this for years, right? You see these flashcards in stores all the time, and this is what you typically do to teach math facts. Again, this is output information supposed to be coming out of their brain, but if it's not in there good, it's not going to come out. How's another way we teach math facts? Let's think math families, right? We say, now we're going to learn the threes families and the fours families. The only problem with that is they don't ever experience math when they're doing computation in a family. They just need that random piece of information. 5 plus 3 is 8. They need that information to write on their page. Now, another way we do it is with these speed drills, right? We have all these problems on the page and we give it to the child and we say, okay, now I want you to get faster at this. Do this faster. Well, that immediately causes a stress response in the child's brain. They go into their emotional hemisphere of the brain and they don't even have access to what they know. More or less, maybe even their name, more or less math fact. So that doesn't work well, just causes stress, anxiety, and discouragement, and they think they're not good at math because they don't know those old math facts. The other way we seem to have learned to teach them is with these computer games. Now, the computer games are very exciting for the kids. They want to shoot things out of the sky, the rockets coming down, and they have to shoot it, but they have to shoot it with the answer to the math fact. Again, output, output, output. The neurodevelopmental approach teaches everything with frequency, intensity, and duration. How often you see, hear, or say something, how intense that information is coming in. Like the computer game's intense, but it's all output. And then duration, short periods of time over time, and then they're easily mastered that. That's what the rapid recall is built on. They see, hear, say, and write 5 math facts 14 times a day, and only 2 of those times is information coming out. Everything else goes in. By the end of the week, they've had 60 exposures of the correct information. And when you give them a speed drill, they're excited to do it. I was in Tanda's class one time when we did one piece of the rapid recall, which was input, and on the back of the page was the speed drill. When they finished that one piece, because it was an auditory piece, they had to listen and write, they immediately turned the page over and said, "Can we do this side too?" and started working. She looked at me and she said, "Never have I had anything like that ever happen." So she was thrilled. The kids were successful. They had a good attitude about math. So if you have children that are elementary age, or I've even had 15-year-olds that moms have said, "Wow, they're great at math. They just understand these algebraic concepts and things, but they're always getting their problems wrong because they don't know their math facts." They said, "I have a whole shelf of things that didn't work. I didn't expect this to work, but now my 15-year-old knows their math facts." So at whatever age, you don't want them working on their fingers because they never give that up. You want them to have that piece of information that they need to do their math quickly. It'll save you all kinds of time in your math lessons and frustration and bad attitudes when they get the problem wrong and they have to redo it. Just think about that. It saves all kinds of time, frustration, and is a much more positive situation if you use the rapid recall system. So I want to encourage you, go to brainsprints.com, click on that store, type in rapid recall, and those that will come up. We have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So whichever operation you need to work on, this product just supports all other curriculums because it's only working on math facts.